So what I'm doing is I'm just resting my elbow on my desk here. And I normally just let my pendulum just kind of calm down. What I'm looking for is a natural flow of energy. Now, let me just explain this. I have an energy field that's going all throughout my body. We all have it. And when I grab this, I'm holding that in, and the exchange of energy is happening. It's going literally from my hands through my body down to this weighted pendulum. And what we're looking at is noticing whether or not the pendulum swings and which direction it swings. Now, what I'm mostly looking for, and everybody is going to be different, everybody has this differently. Most of my answers come with the pendulum swinging back and forth or spinning around in a circle. So I pull this pendulum up and I'm just looking for it to calm down, and it has calmed down. And so I want to introduce my own energy field to it. I do this every single time just to make sure that I'm going to be able to do this properly. So I'm just going to put my hand underneath it. When I do that, it starts swinging a little bit faster because now it's introduced to my energy field, but it's swinging back and forth. Now I am going to flip my hand around in a second, which changes the magnetic field around. You have one magnetic field from this direction, and you have a completely different magnetic field from this direction. One is pulling, the other's pushing. So, go back again. Letting this thing calm down. I'm going to put my hand underneath it. Basically, I'm just waiting for the energy to interact with one another, kind of like planets. All right, so it's doing its thing. I'm going to flip my hand over. And this bad boy just starts spinning around in circles. Now, for those of you who might think that I'm doing this and moving it around, it's actually moving my own hand around. And the longer that I keep it here, the wilder the circle will get. I'm going to move my hand, and I expect it to just calm back down because it's no longer dealing with that particular polarity. Put my hand here again. Flip my hand around. And this thing happens pretty much instantaneously. So this, when I do that, it allows me to know that my energy is in sync with everything that I'm about to do. So how do I use that for anything other than, it's a cool little trick. It's a cool little thing to watch the pendulum swing in different directions, but what does that got to do with anything? So I'm gonna take you over here to another view. I have these vials here. These vials are the energetic frequencies to various organs, all right? And they contain the frequency of properly resonating organs, meaning an organ that's in great health, an organ that's doing everything that it's about to do. So because I know my own body, I'm going to make this a little bit easier. And I am going to put down on this little plate, and this is just how I do this. Everybody is going to do it in a completely different way. This is a plate made of shungite, which holds frequency very, very well. This is vial that I'm using here. This is kidney. Now, I have reason to believe that my kidney is weak, but because I know how to tap into my own biofeedback scanning mechanism, I can just do that. I'm going to put that on that plate, and I'm going to touch it with my hand. Now, first, I'm going to bring my pendulum back up, and I want you to watch it closely. I'm just looking for it to swing in a normal way. I'm going to touch this now, see whether or not it stays. Now, it is swinging around in a circle now. I'm going to take my hand off, and it's back to swinging back and forth. Put my hand on, and there goes the circle. Now, what just happened? When I touch this, the energy of a properly resonating kidney is flowing through that shungite stone. And as I touch the surface of this, my body doesn't resonate with the energy that is flowing inside of here. I mean, I could just as well hold the kidney, but there's a second part of this. And so it just gets a little harder to show you if I'm just holding it. My energy field does not resonate with that. Now, what that tells me is my kidney could use a little bit of support. So how do I support my kidney? Well, I use a product called liver kidney. And liver kidney, here's a sample of it. The capsules are in here. So I'm going to put liver kidney right here next to kidney on the same plate. I mean, it doesn't really have to be right next to it. It's just on the same plate. So what am I doing right now? I've got the frequency of kidney, and I've got the frequency of liver kidney, the supplement. When those things together are on this plate, if I touch this plate now, what happens? So I'm going to hold my pendulum, watch it move a little bit, just make sure that everything is flowing nicely, and I'm going to touch it now. It does not swing in a circle now. So what this is saying is resonance is actually happening. Resonance is happening. My energy with these two things will produce resonancy. I'm going to remove the liver kidney again and touch it. Immediately, this thing starts swinging in a circle. I'm going to put the liver kidney back, and immediately it stops. So what I have done is I've restored balance. What that's telling me from my perspective is if I take the product of liver kidney, it balances out the frequencies in me that's out of balance in relation to my kidney.